I often say today, the cell phone, for example, have much more knowledge than any brain can contend. I mean, and now we just stay in front of an AI where you even can customize the answers. If I ask a question or Dr. Tu asks a question, the answer provided is different. This is artificial intelligence by now. So just think a little bit further. I do not believe the next generation is really like 100 years ago, where knowledge make the difference. You have knowledge, I don't have a knowledge, you have a head start. I do believe next generation have much more the engagement with each other, like we're doing today. We coming from different places, having different titles, different background, but we have an open dialogue and we are able to talk to each other. I think this is a very important, I call soft factor in learning, how we can engage each other. We must make sure this stays with us as we are human beings. We cannot beat AI, we cannot beat knowledge. This is now everywhere for everybody. So it's more how to deal with the knowledge, how to engage each other or how to exchange. I think this become a very important part. And the respond also to what you say, Dr. Tu, is when we have 2 or 3 children, I agree they're all different. And we can question, is it from the DNA potentially, or if Anna was the first child for 4 years, all attention went to her. Then when we had a second child, the attention have changed a bit. So she have to become more independent and more focus was on the second. And the third one is even different again. So let's say, is it the DNA or is it given? The potential, and it's never been completely answered, but it's also the environment have changed. So as we earlier say, the environment can make a very strong difference. I still believe if we change the environment, we can change a person's life.
I think you're a born educator, because what you mentioned about the soft skills or something, I think it's nowadays more emphasized in the educational field, because previously we say intelligence is so important, so we teach knowledge and children get a lot of information, I think. But nowadays information can be gained easily, like cell phone, like short videos. But I think the ability of transforming the information is that something we lack for the kids. Besides of this ability, I think beneath this, what we need is what I'm teaching my students nowadays is so-called social emotional competencies. In other words, they have a term called social emotional learning. It is something that is on the other side of intelligence, that it values how one views himself and how one regulate and manage his emotions or time, and how that one deal with the relationship of other people, and how he can be a responsible person in the society. So actually we are now realizing that in the past we do too much job on teaching the knowledge. So we are trying to do that nowadays. Especially in like United States, in other countries, they started earlier, but we are now starting it in recent years. But I think it still takes a long path to go. Because I work with a lot of preschool teachers and elementary school teachers, when I was telling them about idea of social emotional learning or something like that, they felt, oh, that's great. But when they need to engage children into that, they still use the traditional teaching way. They try to tell them, you should do this with that. But I will tell them, we should not do that in the way of teaching. We should engage children in different activities so they can feel what is emotion and how my activity influence others. You should not tell them the exact answer or the only one answer, because they need to first experience and they need to summarize or gain some experience from that by themselves.